Hey everybody, hope everybody's doing good, man. It's a rainy day here in Toledo, Ohio. But today's thought that I had, and I've been kind of pondering this all week, actually, and that is, don't let the pitch be greater than the product. And what I mean by that, we've all purchased things before, right? That that the salesperson sold us with a high pitch, and then when we actually got the product, it was disappointing based on the sales pitch that we had prior, right? Or the description in of the product that you ordered online. And if anybody's ever ordered online from Finger Hut, that's going way back, right? Or Wish, which is today's equivalent of that. You see this description and you're like, oh man, this is great price, and you get the product and you realize this is why the product had the price on it that it had, right? Because the description oversold the product. And a lot of times when we're going through life, a lot of times our description, our social media, our websites, and you name it, man, is overselling than what we're actually delivering and what we're actually bringing to the table. This is the same thing in our lives when the Bible says, don't have a form of godliness. They have a form of godliness, but they're denying the power thereof. Because the form, you're caring more about the look of something versus the actual quality of something. And so when we live our lives like that, we will always oversell on social media and then under deliver in real life. We see it a lot of times on dating sites and people that are dating and looking to get married. That person that sold themselves with the picture and the filters and all those things, and then yet when it comes down to meeting them, is nothing like what you just saw in the picture, right? Because it's an oversell and an under-deliver. And the same thing even in the description. And so we always tell singles that a person can present themselves really well for a year, 6 months to a year, but going past that, that's when you'll start to see some red flags. You'll start to see some things, because can't nobody hold up that facade for that long, right? And so what we have to do is, when we're living our lives and we're walking this thing out, man, is that we want to make sure that whatever we're promoting, we're also delivering. And a lot of times we focus more on how people perceive us than how we really are. And so I want to encourage you to work on you, work on yourself, work on the things that are going on in your life. Take this time, make a commitment. Next 3 months, next 6 months, I'm going to get this done. I'm going to get that done. Why? Because I don't want my product, I don't want what I show up with to be less than what I've sold and less than what the pitch was. And so I want me to match what I'm putting out for other people to admire, or for what other people are, what I'm putting out for other people to do. And so and when we have to do some things in that regard, right? And here's some simple steps that we can begin to take. I'm not saying you don't promote. I'm not saying that you don't put some things out there, sell your product or whatever it is, right, that you're doing. But what I'm saying is that you take the time to truly develop what it needs to be developed. I made this post the other day, and it stated that private development increases public exposure, right? And so when you take the time to take some things in a lab, that's why some of the greatest products are developed in a lab, and you don't see those things. And before the public sees it, there's a test product that goes through what they call a test market, right? Because you need to know is this thing really going to work the way I say it's going to work? Is it going to do and function the way I say it's going to do and function? And so when you are operating in your life and you're showing up in other people's lives, then show up the same way you promoted yourself to be. If you promote yourself to be this friendly, outgoing, energetic person, then show up and be that, because that's what people are expecting, right? Because if you know that's not you all the time, and that's not you maybe even 30% of the time, then you might need to dial that pitch back and actually put out where you really are. And I think that when we begin to operate in truth, when we begin to walk in truth, that is what it means to walk in your truth, right? When we say we're walking in our truth, yeah, the truth of God is the truth of God. But when I'm walking in my truth, that means I'm not over promoting who I really am. I'm not over speaking. I'm not thinking myself to be higher than what I am. And so, you need to be in a state of reality when it comes down to your life, when it comes down to the things that you're doing, and that reality and that authentic can't even talk today. The authentic you is what people will like. You don't have to put on a facade. You don't have to put on this great show to say this try to get people to like you, because we live in a day and time now, man, where people like fame more than anything else. They like their likes, they like their everything, and so they will say anything, do anything just to get that extra like, to get that extra share, to get those extra accolades or whatever the case may be. And then what we're doing is we're so busy trying to be liked and trying to be and to promote something that's not even developed fully yet. And so this is where I've decided, okay, what are some things I need to dial back, bring back in? Because we've put out some stuff, and okay, let's bring that back in and let's develop this fully. This is not fully developed yet. And the reason why I know it's not fully developed yet, because it's not working. It's not hitting the things that it's supposed to hit. It's not meeting its outcomes or those things. And so, so dial some things back if you have to. Redo some things. Bring some things in. Close off the promotion of some things, and then begin to rebuild that thing and take it back to the lab, so that when you now promote it again, when you now step out there again, when you now put yourself out there on a dating site again, you are exactly who you say you are, and you are delivering what you say you're going to deliver. And that is it, man. So I hope y'all have a great weekend. It's a long weekend, Memorial Day weekend, and let's remember those as for the reason why we celebrate Memorial Day. It's not just another day to barbecue, but it's to remember those who have laid their life on the line for our country and so forth. And so thank you guys for always tuning in. Thank you for always listening to the videos. Do me a favor, hit the like, hit the bell, and share. And I'll see you next time. Peace.